Hey guys, what is up? It is Zaiah, and this will be the reviews of the hidden cars. And instead of doing 5 separate reviews, I'm going to be doing just one video on all the reviews. Anyways, so to start it off, this is the street spec of the hidden cars or whatever. It is, I think it's called like the HUP1 or something like that. I have no idea what it's called. Anyways, don't really drive this car that much, so I can't give you a full review on it, but I'll do the best I can. It is, the handling isn't very great. I don't know if that's just for street spec cars or not. But it tends to be a little slidey on the back end. You can see like fishtail it really easily. I guess that's pretty good if you want to be drifting, but if not, then I don't know. This car is not that great. Yep, as you can see. I think also part of it has to do is because of the wet road, maybe. I don't know, but so this is the street spec. Decent car, has an okay speed and acceleration. I mean, I guess it's pretty good for a street spec at this level at 875. But the handling is just terrible. So if, oh my gosh, see, it just like, we'll just stop it right here. So out of 10, I'd give it like a 7. Next up we have the dirt spec. So this one I think is a little more appealing to the eye, but we're gonna take it on a some dirt roads, so right here should be good. But there should be a video up today of the locations of where to get these cars. But this thing is, but back to the reviews, this thing is a little bit better. And handling wise, the top speed is, I think their top speed and acceleration is pretty much the same. The only problem that I really have with this car is the visibility issue. As you can see, you probably get about, maybe like a foot of visibility, so it's not that good. I mean, but I just like to fix the problem is just not driving first person, but I know that there's a lot of people who play the crew that enjoy driving in first person, so might be a little bit of an issue for you all. But I mean, the street edition and this one are pretty much the same. There isn't really much to it, except this one has a little bit more suspension travel, off-road wheels, handle it better off-road, and I mean that's pretty much it. So they're pretty much the same car. Oops, the wrong button. But I think it looks really, really cool with the, I don't even know what you call the exhaust pipes. I know there's a certain name, but I just think they look really, really cool on this car. It's how high they stick up. I don't know, I think that's pretty neat. But moving on, next up we have the perf spec of it. And earlier I think I said 4 reviews, but there's actually 5, so my bad. I forgot about the raid one. Okay. But we're not gonna go on off-road for this one, because it will probably suck off-road. But out of all of them, this one's probably my favorite. So for starters, This has amazing handling. It doesn't, as I say that, I crash. But like, I mean, you can just like sway back and forth like what I'm doing, and it still stays under control. Like if I was in that street spec, probably have went into like the other lane and just stayed there, you know, not controllable. But like, as you can see, I mean, it's pretty good at handling. Top speed is a bit of an issue, and so is acceleration. But I think people want these cars not because they actually like are gonna use them in a race. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that are, props to you all, but I'm pretty sure most of the people who own these cars is just for like looks. You know, like, hey, check out this hidden car I found, doesn't it look pretty cool, something like that. And if you're definitely going for cars that look cool, we'll stop in here in this little gas station or whatever, and then we'll go into photo mode. So let me change it, hold on. So whenever we look at this car, it looks pretty nice, if I do say so myself, especially right here. This like first, like I'd say third of the car is probably my favorite part. I don't know what these filters are, these little air things. I think it has something to do, actually I have no idea. I have no idea what they're used for, but they look really, really cool. And so do the headlights. Just the front of this car looks pretty mean. And then it's got the exhaust right there, which looks really nice. Little side exhaust pipes, I really like those. You got the big meaty tires in the back and that wing, which I like, but the only problem is this little situation right here. I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, this car looks pretty nice. So, and it sounds pretty nice too. Just giving you all a little moment to listen to the car. And unlike the dirt spec, there is a slight more visibility for first person. But like I said, if you're the type of person that likes to drive in first person, these cars might be a little bit of an issue for you all, because there's not that much visibility in first person for them. But other than that, they're pretty fun to drive. I just think that's just a car you can just cruise around with and mess around with your friends. But this is the perf spec of the HUP1, or I think I'm saying that wrong, I can't remember. So let's just stop and look at the name, because I would like to at least say it right. Oh, Hot Rod HUP1. Okay, so I was pretty much close enough. But that's it for that review. I didn't rate it out of 10 on the dirt spec, but it is a 8 out of 10. But next up, and this is a 9 out of 10. Next up we have the buggy, which looks pretty good in my opinion. But we're going to take it out to the dunes. Because I think that's a proper test for it. Just to take it out to the dunes, see how it handles. But it is really good on off-roading, just because it's got so much like suspension travel and ground clearance. So it is a really fun car to drive. Sounds nice, looks nice. really good car. And I mean, it handles this dunes like a champ. But what I really like to do with this thing, because this is one of like few cars that can do it. I'll get some big air right there. Is if you go to the monster truck area or whatever it is, it's got like those little like steps. Not very many cars can climb those. I know quite a few raid cars can, but not many just like regular cars can do it. So we're just gonna travel over there real fast. But for reviewing it, this has got a pretty decent top speed for a raid spec, and it's got a decent acceleration, but I don't really think that's what you want to use this car for. I think you just want to use this like I said, these hidden cars are more of just like hanging out with your friends and just driving around. That's what I would really consider all these hidden cars to be. But here's the steps so I can show you all what I'm talking about. So like whenever it's doing these step things, it like squats and then just like goes over. So let me show you what I mean. But it's just really easy for this car to do it. As you can see, raid specs aren't that hard to do it in. But I still think this car is really good on off-roading, especially in the dunes, because that's kind of what it is. It's a dune buggy. But once we get to the street right over here, I'll do the circuit. And out of 10, I'd say for raid, this is probably an 8.5. But next up, the circuit. Now, first off, I'd like to start by saying this is probably the best looking hidden car. Maybe the best sounding. I'm not sure about that. So honestly, I like the like meaty growls of the other ones. But I mean, this thing is first of all just slammed, which I think that looks pretty good. Handles really well like the perf spec one. Interior visibility is a little low, because you got this roll cage in the way. I love the wing though. I think that's pretty cool little touch to it. It's kind of like an old car with some modern looks to it, I guess you could say. Top speed, shoot, I haven't done very much with this car, so I can't really like put it down about top speed. I think this is bone stock. I don't think I've changed anything about this car, and it's already going 220 miles an hour, which is pretty good for a bone stock circuit. I might have done a few things, I can't remember, but I mean, this thing can just weave in and out of traffic. My main circuit spec that I use has awful handling, so this is a pretty good change for me. So out of 10 for a circuit, I'd say this is a 9, and I bet it could be close to a 10 if I just used it more and upgraded it some more. So yeah, but we'll give it a 9, maybe a little room for a 10, so maybe like a 9.5. But I mean, this is such a good car. This is my favorite out of all the hidden cars. It's this, perf, buggy, dirt, and the street one. But that is it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Sorry, video cut out. But this video will be in the description of my other video that'll be up today, and it will have every single location for the hidden cars. So if you don't have your hands already on the hidden cars, you can get them and add them onto your collection and the crew. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.